Welcome to Trading Nation. I'm Courtney Reagan. Joining us by phone is Marc Faber, the man often hailed as the original Dr. Doom. He's the editor and publisher of the Gloom, Boom, and Doom Report. Marc, thank you so much for joining us. We do appreciate it. And in your latest note, you have pretty bearish headlines, to say the very least. The next decline you see in assets, you're calling it epic. So tell me about the levels you expect and why you're making this call.
Well, I think we had more than 8 years bull market, and the Nasdaq is being driven by very few stocks. That's usually, and there could be exceptions, but usually it's not a particularly healthy sign from a technical point of view, and the valuations are very high. And the last time we spoke was May 31st. And I said that some Nasdaq stocks could easily drop by 10% in one day, upon which your interviewers, there were several of them, kind of questioned my sanity. As it happened on June 9th, NVIDIA dropped 15% intraday, Apple was down 9% in 3 days, Netflix was down 10% in one day. Amazon was 8% down intraday. Facebook down 8% intraday, but it fully recovered. And Google was down 7% in 2 days. So, you know, we have a lot of volatility, and when things will start to go down, they'll go down a lot.
And so some of those names that you just mentioned there are part of that FANG group, which is the subset group that you're a little worried about because of how far they've run while everyone else has just stayed on the sidelines. But like you mentioned, many of those stocks have recovered. So what's the worry?
Not many have fully recovered, and the Nasdaq hasn't recovered to the previous high, but it is near the previous high. So all I'm saying is, I think the market, not just the U.S., but all of them, they have some downside risk, whether it's the beginning of a more extended bear market or just a correction. That we'll have to see from the initial decline and the kind of recovery we will have thereafter. All I can say is if today we close down, and I'm not sure whether we'll close up or down, but if we close down, it wouldn't be a very good sign.
Well, it sounds like in your note, it was more than just some risk to the downside. I mean, you're saying that the next decline in assets will be epic, a minimum of 40%. Are you backing off that call, or do you really think that the market could drop 40%? And if so, over what period of time, and when is that going to happen?
I believe that in the last, say, 30 years, wealth has flown to big corporations and to wealthy people, including myself. And I think there will be a huge change in society. Either money will be taxed heavily with a wealth tax, estate duties, and so forth and so on, or we'll have a massive deflation in asset prices. And I repeat, massive. I cannot tell you, is it from this level, or will the Federal Reserve print even more money and go to QE 99? All possible. And things go up, but eventually the system will break. And look, the earnings that everybody says are so great, the other day GE announced unfunded liabilities of $31 billion. So what the corporations do is they don't allocate enough money to pension funds, they buy back their shares, and they can show better earnings than otherwise would be the case. And the government has huge, as you know, unfunded liabilities from their social programs. The state pension funds, Illinois basically will go bust.
So some of these predictions then hinge on what's going on with government. Some of them seem to be quite long term. And in your note, you also think that we may actually have a lurch to the upside before all of this happens.
Yes,
is that right?
That is possible. Yes, of course. That's what I'm saying. You know, we could print enough money that the Dow goes to 100,000. All I'm saying is it will end very badly. Extremely badly.
I can't say that any of us are surprised. You are Dr. Doom for a reason. Is that right, Marc? Thank you so much for joining us. Really do appreciate it. We appreciate your insights. Thank you for watching Trading Nation. I'm Courtney Reagan. We'll see you next time.